Hello, YouTube. I decided to cover the shit show that's coming Saturday, and I decided to react to Michael Bisping's take on this whole thing. This, of course, is the Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight. You know, I have a lot of different reasons for disliking this fight. Most of which, the respect I have for Mike Tyson as a fighter and the lack of respect I have for Jake Paul as a human being. But we'll take a look at this video and let me know what you think.
All right, this Friday, it is time for the one, the only, the biggest show in boxing goes down. Arlington, Texas. I am, of course, talking about Jake Paul going up against the 58-year-old Mike Tyson, formerly the baddest man on the planet. One of the baddest men to ever walk the face of the earth is going up against Jake Paul, a 28-year-old boxing loudmouth, former YouTuber, former Disney star, says he's now going to be the baddest man on the planet. He's the biggest draw in boxing. He's taking over the sport. And after he's done with Mike Tyson, he's calling out Canelo Alvarez. Yeah. Yes, at 200 pounds. A man that fights at 166 pounds. He wants Canelo to move up 34 pounds. Okay, we'll get to that later, but let's talk about Mike Tyson. So these guys have done a lot of face-offs, have done a lot of promotions. It's going down on Friday. There's going to be a tremendous amount of fans in attendance, and fair play to Mike Tyson. 58 years old.
So why do so many homes in Maricopa County need a flooring replacement? The number one reason is not
taking some time away from boxing, about 20 years, and you know what, he feels like he's still got one more in the tank. He wants to feel the thrill of the training camp, of victory, of combat, of winning, and of course collecting a massive payday. Mike Tyson's going to make $20 million from this. Jake Paul will receive $30 million. So for that, I say congratulations to both men. That's a lot of money. It's a lot of money.
Absolutely.
It can't be scoffed at. And for Mike Tyson, as a former fighter myself, I understand why he's doing this. It never goes away. It never goes away.
Right.
You still feel like you've got it. And sure enough, we've seen him on the pads hitting, and he looks powerful. This is contested over 6 rounds, 2 minutes long each. And I'm telling you, for the first 2-3 rounds, Mike Tyson is going to be dangerous, and we can see Mike Tyson knock out Jake Paul and end this farce once and for all.
Which would be really nice, but you see that in a lot of these legendary fighters. They have to be shown the door. Manny Pacquiao is one of my favorites, and they just want to fight and fight and fight and fight. So
earlier this week, it was one of the coldest lines from Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson said, "I'm a natural born killer. Jake Paul, you're manufactured."
Mike,
wow.
I love you, but this is my sport now. It's an honor to get in the ring with you. I'm so honored. You're a legend, but I'm gonna take your throne, brother.
What does that mean?
There's a fundamental difference between me and Jake. He's a manufactured killer. Television and paper made him a killer. He's manufactured. I'm a natural born killer. That's the difference.
And I could not have said that better. Mike Tyson nailed it there. Jake Paul is manufactured. He is a wannabe. He is a fake. He is an imposter. Now, granted, he's a big lump. He walks around at about 220 pounds.
Right,
he's got some boxing skills, and he can crack. And I respect anyone that steps into the ring. So you've seen my other videos. I'm not going to go on about it. It's the fact that he calls out 58-year-old guys like Anderson Silva that are 46 years old. Just fight somebody your own age, somebody in their prime. Simple as that. Stop cherry picking opponents. But still, as I said, Mike Tyson said that he is manufactured, and I believe that he is. Jake Paul is a businessman. I've said this all along, masquerading as a fighter. He's a businessman, and his business is booming. And for that, congratulations. It's hard to get ahead in life. He's nailed it. He's cracked it. He's making a shit ton of dough, and I can't hate on him for that. Mike Tyson, Jake Paul, what do I think happens in this fight? Well, let's be honest, not hating on Jake Paul, even though his dad, Jake Paul and his dad were having a real complaint and a whine about me, saying, "Oh, Bisping's always talking negative." As I said, all you got to do is fight someone your own size, your own weight, in the prime, and that can actually box. Do that, you will have my respect. Just stop talking shit about these former legends, okay? That's where I get annoyed. That's the only reason I'm annoyed.
Agreed.
You live your life, buddy. We've never met in person. Sure enough, he sent me loads of DMs talking shit and calling me a sellout and all this kind of crap, right? I've never met the guy. He could be a wonderful human being. He comes across as a bit of a douchebag, if I'm honest, but fair play. My problem is all this shit that he talks. All right, this video is sponsored by Premier Fight Picks, which is owned and operated by Bardia Health. early. Lastly, follow Bardem's fight, Jake Paul and on X at PFP Handicapping for access to free bets, analysis, and fight breakdowns. So, in this fight, Jake Paul loops his shots.
He does.
That's why he generates so much power. Punches are meant to be nice and crisp and tight. Boom, throw it out.
You're so
back
wide
to the
open.
chin. Good technique, moving the head, feints, all the rest of it. Jake Paul walks forward against smaller opposition and just swings big looping shots. They generate a lot of power, but what it also leaves is openings for counters.
Let me tell you something. Back in the day, Jake Paul's style would be tailor-made for Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson is one of the best inside fighters I've ever seen. And you could see he has this little peekaboo, and he practices that, man. Just peekaboo, crack combination. So, I mean, the only big thing about this fight is Mike Tyson, his age, and his actual health. So
you got to keep your hooks tight, okay? You don't swing wild haymakers. Look at that. There's a big opening for a counter. And that is what Mike Tyson's probably going to do in this fight. Now, granted, if Jake Paul goes out there and knocks him out, first off, it's not a good look for Jake Paul. No one's going to talk to him after this. The entire boxing community
You'll be
will probably
shunned.
ostracize him because he's knocking out Mike Tyson at 58 years old. He should go out there and play the game. He should go out, keep him on the end of the jab, have a nice little move around, all in fun and games, all in a nice competitive spirit. Give the people there, all 60,000 of them apparently, give them a show, give them something to watch, give them value for money. Okay, but he's probably not. He's going to go out there and swing like a maniac. He's not going to respect the fact that he is 58 years old. No, he's going to go out there and prove that he's the baddest man on the planet. No, that just proves that he is a delusional bully. But to the point I'm making, Mike Tyson is tight.
With this new type of glue,
this.
nails and screws will no longer be necessary.
He's crisp. He's classically trained. The man is a small heavyweight, but he was the youngest heavyweight boxing champion that there's ever been. Okay, and he defended the belt many times. And the punch power is off the chain. And they always say the last thing to leave you is power. So in those first round, in the second round, third round it's going to diminish. But in those opening rounds, it's going to be really dangerous for Jake Paul because Mike Tyson being the...
But again, you're looking at a fresh young kid who weighs a lot. And, you know, if he defends up and runs away a little bit, I mean, you know, by the time Mike Tyson, you can even get to him, he'll be already tired. So, I mean, there's a strategy to this that's pretty obvious.
Smaller heavyweight throughout the entirety of his career. Has very quick feet, gets on the insides, sees the opening, bang, crack, left hook to the body, hook, move off. But how long can he keep that going for?
Yeah.
It's easy on these clips to edit it all together, throw a few punches, take a few breaths, throw a few punches, take a few breaths. Then you edit it all together and it looks long. I am not knocking Mike Tyson. I hope he goes out there and knocks this guy out. And there's a very good potential of that.
Even in these short clips, though, Mike Tyson looks so much faster and so much more ferocious than Jake Paul. You know what I mean? I don't think Jake Paul has ever moved that fast.
There's a very good potential. Jake Paul's probably going to play it safe. If I'm Jake Paul, or if I'm training Jake Paul, I'll say, listen, we know Mike's going to be dangerous. He's still got it to a certain degree, but he is 58. Regardless of how hard you train, you can't be in the same shape as a 28-year-old. So just play it safe for this first couple of rounds. Dance around the ring. Use your height. Use your reach. Pump the jab and just circle around. Who cares if the crowd are booing?
Right.
Try and leave Mike Tyson swinging at fresh air. That's not going to be an easy thing to do, but it will be the safe path to victory. Wait until round 3 when Mike Tyson starts to slow down and then unleash. So what do I think happens? I am hoping and I am praying that Mike Tyson knocks him out, and there's a very good possibility of it, but there's also a possibility on the other side. Anyway, if he does do it, if he becomes the face of boxing and the biggest draw in boxing, and to be fair, that will be somewhat true because he is garnering a lot of attention, selling out big crowds, 60,000 people going. Granted, a lot of that is because of Mike Tyson, because of the nostalgia, because of the old school boxing fans, and also because of Jake Paul. Well,
dude, Mike Tyson is one of the most famous people in the world. He really is, and he's been for a long time.
The man is ridiculously popular with the younger demographic, right? So a lot of
10-year-olds.
it is for Jake Paul as well. But
No
if he goes out
grown-ass
there
man
and he
like
knocks
Jake
out
Paul.
Mike Tyson, that's not a bad look. If he loses to Mike Tyson, that's it. It's a wrap, baby. The career is over. You lost to Tommy Fury, never look for a rematch. Then you're getting knocked out by a 58-year-old guy, a man that should be collecting.
Look at Tommy Fury is a mediocre boxer at best, and he was, you know, the right size and the right height for you, and you look like shit against him. So, you know what I mean? It goes to show you, like, you really do cherry pick your opponents.
His pension, sitting on the beach, enjoying the hardships of his career. If he knocks out Jake Paul, I'm telling you, it'll be a little bit embarrassing. I've been knocked out, I've been choked out, but against people my own age, my own size, in their prime, and some of the baddest men on the planet. Not 58-year-old legends. Anyway, after that, he says he wants to fight Canelo Alvarez. This, once again, highlights what my issue is. I have no issue with Jake Paul as a person. I don't know him, as I said earlier. Just try and work your way up your weight division. You're a cruiserweight or maybe a light heavyweight. Just work your way up in the boxing world. Take on other top contenders. Try and become the champion in your weight class. Do that and I will respect. But now you're calling out Canelo Alvarez, a man that has been around for a very, very long time. And
look, meet him halfway. If you guys do like 185, 190 or something like that, and you come in at like 200 pounds or whatever, I think Canelo wipes the fucking floor with your ass, dude. Honestly, if you guys are a similar weight, he beats the shit out of you.
At 166 pounds. That's a massive weight jump. Now, granted, Canelo Alvarez did call out Alexander Usyk for a fight at 200 pounds, right?
Okay.
Canelo's got balls. He's one of the best boxers of his generation. But Usyk will be having to cut a lot of weight. So it's the exact same thing to a certain degree, just in reverse. When you cut a lot of weight, it's harder to take a shot. The stamina takes...
Hold on. So if you're willing to call out Canelo, it's obviously because he's smaller than you. Why don't you call out Usyk? I mean, he's actually not even a heavyweight, technically. You know, he's pretty much, he's the cruiserweight, you know, undisputed. And, well, now he's a heavyweight because he has so much skill. But, I mean, what are we doing here? It's obvious you're a pussy.
A dip and all the rest of it. Either way, who do you think wins in this fight? I will be watching because, yeah, I'll be honest, I am intrigued about this. It is exciting to see Mike Tyson come back.
I hope
love the
he can
line
get
that
him.
he used when Jake Paul gave him a pigeon. He said, "I'll feed it to my falcon."
Yeah, I saw that.
Thank you, Jake. Looks like a low budget pedigree, but
Low budget pedigree.
Never seen
Mike knows pigeons.
handle a pigeon. Is it a low budget pigeon?
I'll feed him to my falcon.
Oh,
So that's food for your falcon?
Yeah.
And maybe we're feeding Mike Tyson to the wolves, but I don't know. That remains to be seen. And that's why this is quite an interesting event that's going down this Friday. I'll be watching. I'm going to try and do a live stream from New York. I'll certainly be talking about it afterwards. Thank you for watching. Subscribe.
Thanks for
ring the
watching.
bell. See you soon.
Listen, my take on it, please, Mike Tyson, knock this guy the fuck out. That would be the best Christmas gift, honestly. Not just because he picked the wrong opponent, just because it's you, and I really want you to be the one to do it. But let me know how you feel about it. Thanks for your time, and come back.